Welcome back to DNA Reviews.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Here we go.
Today we have a jam-packed show, guys. So originally, at the beginning of the week, we were like, man, what are we going to talk about? Because we have no movies this week. We have no new movies.
Yeah.
But then once we started looking things up, we were like, there's Stranger Things, Volume 2. There's The Boys, Episode 7. There's Hustlers, which came out in the beginning of June, but that's still a really good movie that we wanted to review. Yeah. And there's so much more, The Umbrella Academy. So we'll be talking about a lot of different things this week, for this week's episode. And also, don't forget to stay for the show because during our theories and questions and comments section, we have a comment from last week's video that we want to shout out. So make sure to stay for the shout out to see maybe it'll be you. All right, so let's just get into this. And we're going to start off first with Stranger Things Volume 2. So, what did you think? What did you think of this? Oh, well, we watched both episodes.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of Volume 2?
It was a good wrap up. It was a good wrap up. I wasn't expecting 2 episodes. I thought it was going to be at least 4 or 5 episodes, kind of like what they did with Ozark. Ozark came back with 7 more episodes. So I was expecting another full season. I wasn't expecting two movie length.
Movies. It was an hour and a half.
Movie length. One was an hour and a half. The other was 2 hours. It was a long watch, but we watched it. We got it done. I think it was great. It was a good wrap up to the season. This is the best season of Stranger Things, period.
For sure.
Period. So they tidied everything up, made everything nice and neat. There was some parts where they were dragging on in it. It's like, okay, I get it. Keep, move along. So it didn't have to be as long as it did. I think they kind of wanted to get it all in and make it a good thing for everybody. But other than a little lagging where I know it was just overdoing it, but the story itself was great. What do you think?
I thought it was really good. I'll have to disagree on that part where it was too long because I wish that there was more episodes, honestly, or that it was longer because there was points where we're doing spoilers because I just want to. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's not going to be talked about anymore.
Yeah. It's going to be spoilers because yeah.
So once we get to the end of the episode and they're doing 2 days later, it was very quick for me. I thought they were going to have another fight with Vecna or something. And I was like, that was really sudden because she was trying to help Max and such. Yeah. But I wish that they did more episodes. I would have loved that. But going back to just the story itself, 10 out of 10. I think that this is definitely the best. Okay, 10 out of 10 as in I think it's good. I haven't given my review yet. But I say that this is the best season. And I thought that this was the final season of...
No, it's one more.
So they're doing season 5.
Yeah, they're doing season 5.
That's why once it got towards the end, I was like, why is it a cliffhanger? I thought this was the end of the
season,
show.
Season 5. Yeah.
Eddie, again, this is spoilers. Eddie's death. Wow. That made me so sad, Dad. It made me so sad because he literally did nothing wrong.
I know.
The entire season, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah, none of it was his fault. Yeah. I'd be honest with you, I was expecting more people to die.
Me too.
He was the only person that died. Him and
Max died for a minute.
Yeah, whatever. But to fake the MCU death.
Yeah.
But no, I was expecting more people to die in this, but it was just Eddie. His rock scene was cool though.
Was so cool. He's like Metallica. Yeah, that was.
I love how they integrated that into the show. That was pretty good. Now talking about the whole show itself, man. The last 2 episodes, how it started out and getting what's his name out of what's the guy's name? The 11's dad,
Papa.
Surrogate dad.
Papa.
No, the surrogate dad, the guy who's in Russia.
Hopper.
Yes. The whole thing with Hopper and how they got him out of jail, out of the prison, and the monsters there. And I like how they were, interacting on every level from 3 different places.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. 7. I keep saying, why did I say 7?
11.
Why I keep saying 7?
Why?
7 of 9, Star Trek. Look it up.
I can't talk to Dad anymore. That's the last straw. No, okay, go ahead.
Okay, 11. I like how 11 and the rest of the crew was in one spot. Then you had the other crew back in Hawkins back in town, and then how
Russia.
Hopper and the rest of them were in Russia, and they all connected. They were able to connect everything.
Yeah, talking about that point, I usually hate it when everybody splits because I'm like, can we just all be together? Because that's when everyone's dynamic is best, when people are interacting with each other. So I'm like, why do y'all separate? But it ended up working in the end because everyone was working together,
Yeah.
but just from different
Well,
places.
it was good to do that though, because there's so many characters, right? You think about it. There was a group of 4 in Russia. There was a group of like 5 in Hawkins.
And then
Then you
4
had
again.
11. It was just too
Yeah,
many people.
yeah.
So trying to put all them in the same place, it would have been too much to try to pay attention
Yeah.
to in the same town. So it was smart to break them up so you could have them work together at the same time concurrently. But you're
Different
not
stories.
trying to figure out where they are based on the room, right? Because it's like, okay, what part of the room are you in? Where are you at? You know they're in different spots. So it was easy for your brain to kind of follow it.
Yeah. And also with this show, that this rarity of this kind of content or this show is that I cared about each character.
Yeah, it was good.
The character writing was well done, because usually I'm like, okay, if this character dies, I don't care.
Right.
If this person doesn't have enough screen time, I don't care. Well, I
Right.
kind of felt that about Will a little bit, but it's fine. I still cared, but I still cared about his character.
Yeah.
And I'm actually happy that Will got a backseat. But anyways, going back to it, Eddie was really great. What's the other characters? Eddie and the friend. People. I liked all of their characters, and I cared about all of them.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good
So, yeah.
show. I enjoyed it. It was, like I said, it was long. If I wasn't trying to get it all in for this show today, I probably would have took a break and watched a little differently and broke it up.
Yeah.
Because it was. I wish they had made 4 episodes out of it. It'd have gone better. I could have stopped and then come back. But when you're in the middle of the 2 episodes, you don't know where to stop.
Right.
You're watching it, so it's a lot to ingest in one time.
Yeah.
So. It was a good wrap up though. I like the
Let's-
cliffhanger at the end for sure, because like the whole thing about it is, where do they go from here?
I know. That's why I mean, now that there's gonna be a season 5, I'm really curious about what they're going to do.
Right.
What they're gonna do.
Because everybody, it's affecting the world. It looks like, right? Not just the town. Well, if it's just a town, God help this town.
I know. Leave the town at this point, right?
Right.
I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens in season 5, because I'm like, is it gonna be? And then the thing is it gonna be a volume 1 and 2 again?
Probably.
Maybe, but I want to get it. I'll get into that later.
Okay.
But let's see what the critics think of this show. So the critics give it an 89, and so does the audience. So the audience and the critics are on the same page here.
Yeah.
And that pretty much is correct, because when I think about the show as a whole, Stranger Things, I've always thought about Stranger Things being like a fine show. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's fine. Like season 1 was great. Season 2 was trash. Season 3 was good. And then season 4 is just
Yeah, it
great.
brought it back.
Like,
it brought it back.
it brought it back
Because
for
season
sure.
2 was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
It
Yeah.
was like it was like all of these other numbered people. I did not care. But yeah. And then critics. Sorry guys, hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Critic Rotten Reviews. The whole experience felt like being forced to eat every menu item from the Cheesecake Factory over the course of a day. Lots of deliciousness, some things you never wanted, and the whole experience leaving you feeling nothing but bloated. That was a rotten review.
That was a rotten review.
Which I'm like,
I kind of get where this person is coming from. There's a lot of things happening in Stranger Things. Just like, even though the strength of this one was them being in so many different places and a lot of things happening, in the course of the show, Stranger Things, there is a lot happening. There's you have 11 in the tank where she's at the different tank where she can't hear and see whatever. And then you're seeing her backstory, how her and one became a thing.
yeah.
You're seeing a backstory between Papa. You're seeing backstories with Matt. I mean, you're seeing a bunch of backstories.
Right.
So there's so much information being fed around. The problem is, it's not that it's bad. The problem is Netflix has dropped all episodes at the same time. So you're watching all of it back to back to back. You don't have time to digest, unlike The Boys,
Right.
where it's week to week, where you can think about the episode, ingest it, go over it, and then like, okay, I understand why that happened. With Stranger Things, you just watch 7 episodes all in a row.
Right.
It's too much information.
It
right?
is, yeah.
So it can cause you to feel like, it's just too much. And that's one of the weaknesses of dropping all the episodes.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're going to, after like the discourse, if I think that's the word, discourse that's on TikTok, where like a lot of people are talking about it, or like just that it's being talked about so much. I'm wondering for season 5 if they're going to do week by week, because of how they did it with this, where they did volume 1 and 2, where people were like, oh, we're hyped for volume 2, so now it's like even more hype.
And the server crashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, listen, midnight, right?
Right.
Friday at midnight, or Friday morning, whatever you call it, 12 a.m. midnight, the server crashed. Netflix, for the first time ever, server crashed. They were unable to watch Stranger Things for about 2 hours. People are trying to get on this thing, which proves a point that you should go week to week with this. Now, I hate week to week. I love binging. But realistically, if you want to get the best experience, and if Netflix is smart, they would make this week to week because you would get more viewership because it builds over time.
Right, exactly. That, and you know how Netflix is already going downhill because they're trying to raise prices, trying to not have password sharing. This would get them more subscriptions because it would be over like 2 months. So you have to keep your subscription.
And it'll build up because people be talking about it all the time.
Right.
Because the minute you drop something all the time, you talk about it for a week and then
and it's done. Like that's why we got to talk about it now because it's done.
It's done.
And Euphoria, I think about Euphoria and how that show was like week by week. It was big.
Right.
So let's get to the fresh reviews now. Critic fresh reviews. The show has matured past riffing on early 80s action adventure movies such as The Goonies. Now it's onto slasher and other horror films, complete with new characters called Fred and Jason. And with that, Stranger Things also gets bloodier and eerier. I agree with that for sure because this season I didn't even expect the how gory it was going to be with like the killings of the Vecna killings.
Right.
And I thought that was great.
Those killings were crazy.
Yeah.
When everybody was snapping up and stuff, eyes bleed. I was like, what?
They didn't do it like that. Before.
Yeah. And it's still only 14. What is it? MA14, whatever it's called. Not MA, but the TV 14.
Yeah.
It's still only TV 14.
Because they were just snapping. There was not a lot of blood. Like they're okay.
Whatever.
And that's why I think that's why Disney, Marvel, please,
hello?
Hey, can you please
take a page?
Yeah.
Just can you at least make your shows more than 36 minutes?
That part, okay, let's not get into it.
Let's not get into it right now.
Because there's that and the gore. You have two things that you're messing up on. Okay. That's it. But yeah, that is the rotten and fresh reviews for Stranger Things. What is your review? What's your rating?
The whole season or just this volume? Or you want to do both?
Let's do both.
So the entire season, I would give Stranger Things, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This last two, I'll give it the same 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay.
It could have got higher for me if it wasn't so convoluted of stuff happening at the same. So much stuff was happening. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But if I didn't feel a little convoluted with all that, I have to rewind to see what happened here. Like, what happened there? And I have to rewind.
Oh.
I might have given it a higher rating because of editing, but because how it was, I'll just give it 8 out of 10. Yeah, solid 8.
I give it a 9. I give both a 9, volume 1 and 2, because I really enjoyed Elle. She like Millie Bobby Brown. She can get an Emmy for this show for sure. She was top notch. And because of the stakes were risen for sure. So a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. That is our review for Stranger Things. Make sure to let us know in the comments what your review is, because we would love to know, and what your theories are for season 5.
Yep.
All right. Now getting on to this movie that came out in the beginning of June, Hustle, with Adam Sandler. Okay, let me give you, before we get into review, let me give you my disclaimer. I did not want to watch this movie. I do not like Adam Sandler. He's not funny. He's a Will Ferrell for me, where it's just like he just does like the goofiness and things. The only person I can do is Jim Carrey. The only person I can pull it off is Jim Carrey. But Adam Sandler, no. So I was like pulling at teeth to put this movie on. But it was like an uncut gems moment where he was like a serious character. It was just a good story. Yeah. So I would like to know, what was your review on this movie?
I love this movie, man. You know, Adam Sandler is so much a better dramatic actor than he was a comedic actor. Back in the 90s, he was really funny for your time. But he had this one trick pony that he would always do in every movie. And every movie after that, he does the exact same thing. He talks with this funny voice and does this weird stuff, and it just got over it. But serious-wise, he's done a couple of good movies where, you know, dramatically he's really great. There was one where he was a hockey player also. I forgot the name of it, but he was really good in that movie. This movie was great. Yeah. Even though it was predictable, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I mean, it was one of those. It was a feel good, right? So you knew what was going to happen. But it was still so sweet. It was nice. I loved the whole situation with the basketball player from Spain, with his daughter. I love how Adam Sandler was trying to, find. He wanted to be a coach. He wanted to get done with what he was doing as a scout. He was tired of going from city to city. He was tired of flying around the place. It was so well written and so well put together. It was well acted. I love how they had all the real athletes in the.
I know.
In this,
Okay, so
even the guy who was Spanish, the Spanish guy is a real athlete in real life.
Right. Yeah. The thing is, I don't know anything about basketball. So once it got to the critics,
Yeah.
and they were like, blah 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 as himself, I was like, oh my gosh, these are all basketball players.
All basketball players. All
They were
basketball.
all of
Kevin
them.
Smith is the only one he was Adam Sandler's teammate, the black guy.
Yeah.
He was the only one not playing himself.
Right.
He was
Yeah.
playing the agent, whatever, but he is a basketball player as well, Kevin Smith. So the whole thing was just great to watch, especially for people like me who watched a lot of basketball back in the day.
Yeah.
You see Dr. J come out there,
Yeah.
you see all these big players. It was fun.
They did well with the acting. I thought they did good because I didn't know until the end.
All the athletes did really well.
Yeah.
They did as well as you could expect from an athlete. I mean,
Yeah.
I could tell they were trying to act, right?
Yeah.
Even though they were playing themselves.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, you
What are you doing?
forcing
Yeah.
this. But it was still good. It was really good to watch.
Yeah. And the guy who played Bo Cruz, like you said, he was an actual basketball player, Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Him and his three brothers. He got four. There's four of them. They're all basketball players.
Wow.
And a sister.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
They did well because I could tell because they did wide shots of them like throwing basketballs and it was good. So let's see what the critics
Wait,
think.
what did you think of the movie?
Oh,
You
I
didn't
thought
say
I
what you
said-
think.
Oh, I really liked it. I thought I said it. Sorry. I really liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it because it was definitely like a feel good moment.
Yeah, it's a feel good movie. Yeah, sometimes you need that cleanse the palate.
As a person that's always action and
Yeah, sometimes it's like we always watch action movies, but sometimes it's good to have a good like I know you haven't watched what's that show on TV right now? Oh, what's it called? Oh, with the soccer team. Why am I drawing a blank on
I
it?
don't know what you're talking about, but
Anyway, moving
Yeah.
on. But every now and then you just want to watch a show, even though you know what's going to happen. Even the
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I've
love
seen Ted Lasso.
Ted
I love Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso's like this.
Yeah.
It's just simple stuff happening. There's nothing complex happening with Ted Lasso. But it just makes you feel so good to watch it. That's what this movie was. I felt good watching it. I had a little laugh, a little chuckles. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It was good. So hopefully the critics aren't too mean on them.
Oh, no.
So let's see. The critics give it a 92% and the audience give it a 93%.
Yeah.
Agreed for sure.
How could you not love this movie?
Right. So let's read the rotten reviews here. Deflates whenever it tries to be funny and in its steadfast refusal to pursue originality and depth instead of something comforting and simple.
So, yeah, let's just say, okay, first of all, I don't know why they thought this was going to be funny. Just because Adam Sandler's in a movie doesn't mean it's going to be funny. So this person came in with the wrong thought process. There wasn't any funny moments in this except for real life funny moments.
Like,
You know what I mean? Stuff that you would actually laugh about.
Right.
This wasn't trying to be a comedy. So I don't understand this review. It doesn't make sense.
I disagree with this for sure. It's just enjoy. Let's like try to go in blind. I didn't go in blind because I was like, I don't want to watch Adam Sandler, but it subverted my expectations.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's read a fresh review. Oh yeah, Queen Latifah was in this movie.
Yeah, she was really good too. But she's a good actress.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so fresh. It is a film about family, about regret and ambition, and a really good basketball movie. The combination of interpersonal relationships and pro basketball nuts and bolts turn out to be a winning team. In short, respect the hustle.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I have no comments. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of heart.
A lot of heart.
So now we're at the end here. What is your rating?
Yeah, I gotta give it a 9.
I gotta agree with the.
I gotta give it a 9. I really loved it. So I'm gonna give it a 9.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let us know if you've seen Hustle. It's been out for a month now, and put it down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. We're interested in knowing what people think about Hustle, for sure.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to move on to the boys. And we're wearing our boy shirts. Okay.
We got our boy shirts
Excited.
on.
This episode was highly anticipated because of episode 6, which is the best episode of the series, honestly.
Yes.
And so what do you think of The Boys episode 7?
Man, listen, there's so much. Guys, you're going to have to give us a little bit on this. We got a really good discussion on The Boys today. We got a little more than usual on The Boys because there's a lot to unpack.
Right.
A lot to unpack. We have another slide that's going to have the unpacking. I thought this was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though there wasn't a lot of action in this one, right? You think about it, there was no action in this. There was really no fighting between anybody in this episode. But we got so much. The writing was so beautiful. The things that were said in this episode, and we get to the point we talk about the highlights, we'll get deeper into those. But this episode was on point, and it was a perfect setup. It was, again, a perfect palate cleanser. It was like, take some water. You just ate some steak. Now you're about to try the chicken. Drink some water, clean your palate out before you try the chicken. Because this one was just
great.
So
I agree as well, because it's always, which I've seen a pattern recently as I've watched more TV shows, is that the episode before the finale, because episode 8 is the last one, and episode 7 is always the information episode to get you ready, like
get you ready for the big battle.
And there was a lot of information that we needed that was said in this episode, and it was an hour and 4 minutes, which again, Disney, listen, okay. Anyways, it was an hour, 4 minutes, so we got all of the information there. And yeah, it was good.
It was really good.
So again, I already know the critics are gonna still love this. Oh, wait. And it's been up again. Critics are at 97 and audience is at 87. And again, that's probably 87 will probably stay in the 80s because people are like, gore, blah, blah,
Yeah.
So here are the highlights that we got to get through.
We got to get through this, guys. So bear with us a little bit. We got to talk about these high points.
Yeah.
So the first one, Vought is discrediting Starlight, right? So, okay, we start out with the lady who's the CEO now of the company, who knows nothing about the company, by the way. She's the CEO of the company. She's on, of course, VNN, because everything is Vought.
Everything's Vought.
Okay? So she's on the Vought show talking about how Starlight is gone. She's jilted. She's hurt. And, she's saying these things about Homelander because he broke up with her. And then Homelander makes an accusation that she is trafficking children.
He just random, out of nowhere.
Trafficking children.
Yeah.
Crazy. But you know how it ties to true political satire. Because that is what the people from QAnon were saying about the Democrats, that they were trafficking children.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I love about this show, is because it's so realistic to what is going on today. If we had superheroes, this is exactly what would happen.
Yes, and we got to talk about how it ties later to MM's daughter's stepdad, what he says. So yes, that's the first big thing that comes out. That's the beginning of the show. And it's just crazy, but it was a good way to set up, because I was wondering, how is Homelander gonna how are they gonna get around what Starlight is saying? Because she's saying he blew up this house.
Right.
Of course, this is the best thing to do. You're going to do damage control, right?
Yeah. I thought it was this show is just perfectly written. And I don't even know who the writers are, but they need to have more stuff. That's all I'm saying. Because everyone's always about action, but when it comes to writing, action should be second.
Yeah.
But so now the next thing is the hunt for Mindstorm.
Yeah, so they, of course, the deal with Butcher and
Hunt for Mindstorm.
The guy with the eyes.
Oh, right.
Okay. So, of course, the deal, with Butcher and Soldier Boy. I want to do the dance if I hear that. Anyway, between Soldier Boy and Butcher, and Huey is, okay, you help me kill my old team. Soldier Boy wants to kill his old team, then I'll help you kill Homelander. So this is the next person on the list, is Mindstorm. So they're going after looking for him and trying to find him. But it was so beautiful how they used this character to tell a lot of other stories, especially Butcher's story.
Right.
Because we know Butcher had a brother. We knew from season 2 he has a brother.
Because he would always compare Huey to him.
Right. And his brother died. We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew his dad was a bum from season 2.
Yeah.
Because we knew all that. But this episode, when they were trying to catch Mindstorm, and of course he caught Butcher with the eye thing. He tried to close his eye, but he got it. He got it. It was able to let us look into Butcher's background, and it showed us backstory to the context of why Butcher is the way he is.
Right.
And it was really cool how again, story writing. it was really good how they compare and contrast Huey to his brother,
Right.
because his dad used to beat on him and stuff, and one of the opening scenes he was hiding his brother in the closet.
Right.
Dad came in crazy, so yeah, it was good. It was so good to learn all how Butcher became the way he is.
Yeah, because that's definitely important. Like, we've been seeing him be all hard and stuff, but then we need to sympathize. We already sympathize with him because he's like the protagonist.
Yeah.
But this gives us more to know about him, and hopefully this isn't like one of those episodes where we get to know him and then he dies,
right? Yeah,
in episode 8.
Because usually that's what they do, right? They make you feel for the person, then they rip your heart. That's when you thought you were gonna like him.
But yeah, I liked how we got to know his past. So the next thing, what else?
So Kimiko gets her powers back.
Yeah, I liked how they did that, because she was always wanting to get rid of them.
Right.
And it's always like the saying, like, you don't know what you have until it's gone, or like if you have to let it go, and if it come back, it's always yours, or whatever the
words are. Yeah.
So when she tells what's his face, Frenchie, like, I know now that I need it.
Right.
That was a good scene.
It was cool. Their moments, their progression to their relationship was so organic.
Yeah.
It wasn't forced. Sometimes you watch a show and they want you to make us, like the two people who are in love, and it's like, okay, but how did they get there, right? It's like we're always supposed to know their. No, this was so organic over 2 seasons because they were always together, fighting together, friends, laughing, playing around, joke. And then when she kissed him in the hospital, he was all like, whoa, he was stunned.
I was like, what?
And when she realized that, I love this guy, and the only way for me to make sure he never gets hurt, and he's more than somebody I love.
Right.
He's family.
Right. Yeah.
Family.
Look.
Vin Diesel.
Family.
Family.
But
when she realized that, she's like, I want to be able to protect my family, so I want my powers back. It was noble. I mean, their love story was very organic. I loved it. I love everything.
Yeah, this is again one of those rare shows where they actually do when they do what am I trying to say? The love story.
Yeah.
And it's over time. And another show I can think about is The Office and New Amsterdam, which are those. The Office is a comedy and New Amsterdam is a drama. Like it's and both of those shows did an overtime thing. And I'm like, it's so much better when you do that instead of like at the beginning these two are gonna get together, and it's like no, yeah.
No, it was good. It was
yeah.
done. It was handled very well for sure.
And I'm happy she got her powers back.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Going off of that, why doesn't Butcher and Huey just take the V? If they want to be superheroes, be superheroes.
Because they hate, and this is of course a contradiction, but they don't want to be superpowered. Their whole thing is no one should have this type of power, right? So they're justifying their use of this by saying, well, it's only temporary. It's only temporary, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying. So they're not going to take the real compound V because they don't want anybody to have these powers. But now that they've tasted them,
yeah,
they're shooting up a lot.
A lot, like every day. So might as well just take the V. Like
I'm not saying
at this point. Oh my gosh, this next point. Soldier Boy abuses Noir and the team.
Again, this was great writing. So here you have Black Noir. By the way, why Black Noir? Anyway,
we don't even know him. Like
here you have Black Noir, right? Who shows up? Where was he?
What do you mean?
Where did he show up? Some kind of warehouse?
I don't know. It's his secret hideout. It's like his little vault or whatever.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Batcave or something.
Batcave, yeah.
Anyway, he shows up somewhere, and then you see these cartoon characters coming out.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Are they really in the room, or is he I didn't, because you couldn't tell, because this is a crazy world.
Yeah.
Then I realized, okay, he's imagining this, and it's probably a coping mechanism from when he was a child, right? Something that he made up in his head. But I love how they use. Look, we can't shoot all these scenes, right? But let's use these characters to tell the story. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was crazy to see, and I actually I was just shook because of how. I don't even know what the words are, because Soldier Boy is just worse than Homelander because of how nobody could be out of line because he beat them up to death. Like
he beat them bad.
Brain was coming out.
Yo, he beat them bad. Okay? And he smacked the crap out of them. So when they realized that they were getting beat up, they were sick of it. So it was cool because in the backstories for Black Noir, I learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
I learned why Soldier Boy got betrayed by his team.
Yeah.
Because you were a bum.
Horrible.
Okay. I learned why. What's his name?
Noir.
The guy for Vought, who's the CEO. Oh, Stan. I know Stan wanted to get rid of him because Homelander was born, right?
Right.
Because he was like, hey, we got somebody better than Soldier
this guy.
Boy, and he can fly.
Right.
So, are you going to help us get rid of him? Now, the only person who wasn't on the betraying team was Gunpowder. Gunpowder wasn't a part of it because he was like, Gunpowder's not going to go along with it. You remember
But she was like, I hated you. Oh,
No.
Yeah.
That's not Gunpowder.
Oh.
That's
Someone else.
Red, whatever her name was, with the powers. Gunpowder's the one who could shoot. Remember he was shooting up in the parking lot against Butcher when he was shooting off stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that got cut in half by Butcher.
Yeah.
So he's the only one who wasn't a part of it, but everybody was in on it.
Yeah.
So they showed, remember in episode 3, I think it was episode 3, maybe before, I can't remember, when they showed there was a explosion and Black Noir was on the ground and half his head was out.
Yeah.
We thought it was from the explosion.
Right.
No, it was from Soldier Boy.
He just always had it. Like
They
that,
were
yeah.
no. He was normal. He was normal.
Oh.
But during that fight scene,
Yeah.
they did it as a cartoon, so you have to remember back.
Okay.
During that scene when they were trying to capture him and the Russians were coming,
Right.
and Soldier Boy turned around and said, "Hey, what's this about? What are you guys trying to do?" And they jumped him and fight, blah blah blah. That's when he grabbed Black Noir and beat the crap out of him, and part of his brain popped out.
Yeah.
That's why he can't talk anymore.
Right.
And that's why in that scene when the lady found him, it wasn't from the explosion. It was from Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah. He beat the crap out of him.
Like, so bad. And now you understand why. I understand why in episode 6 he was like,
I'm out.
Oh, Homelander, And then he was like, no, because I'm not doing that again.
I'm out.
But
So,
I
yeah.
love how they did. At first I was like, this is kind of cheesy, but then I was like, I'm in on the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good because it told the story, right? So it was good.
Right. So the next thing, oh my gosh, A-Train gets a new heart, and it's the guy.
I
It's
know.
the whatever his name is. He gets his heart.
Yeah. So there's two directions they could go with this. Now, I'm glad, to be honest with you, that A-Train didn't die. Even though if I'm a story writer, you could have got more effect out of the story by A-Train dying because he was at a redemption point, right?
Right.
He was at a point where he realized, I'm no longer, I understand I understand why Huey is mad. Remember, he was heartfelt apologized to Huey, remember?
Yeah.
And he realized that things they're doing is abusive. So if they had killed him, it would have been a great story arc right there. However, I'm glad he didn't die because I just like A-Train.
I like A-Train, yeah.
I like speedsters, period.
Me too.
So I just like speedsters.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to be off the show. I like seeing.
And I like
the
his speedster sound effect. I really love it.
Yeah. So I'm glad he's not up just for that selfish reason. But now they could do it two ways. They could write this as A-Train is on a redemption quest, and now he's gonna eventually try to take down Homelander, or they could write it as, hey, just go back to being a bum.
I hope he helps. I really hope he helps.
Yeah.
out.
Well, it would narrative not make sense to just say, well, I guess it kind of could because he's afraid of Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
So he could still be self-preservating, like, look, I want to help you guys, but it's Homelander, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
Homelander. You know who this is? Like, yeah.
So, who knows?
Okay, so now what's next?
Maeve is back.
Maeve is back. We learned that she's like in this room that Homelander's keeping her in because he wants to make a child with her.
Listen, that scene was so. Let me tell you how good the writing is. I'm gonna react it for you. Okay, this is how good this writing is. This is why those people talking about how this show is, depraved and it's lewd. You're not paying attention. That stuff is cool. That's just the little stuff. If it was all that, this would be a dumb show.
It would be.
Let me tell you how beautiful this is written. Okay, watch this. Okay, so Maeve says to Homelander, "Oh, what are you gonna just take what you want to take?" And Homelander's like, "No, I would never, ever force myself on you. How dare you?" Calm. And he switches to say,
"Yeah,
I'm just gonna harvest your eggs. So I'm not gonna rape you. But I'm gonna take your eggs when you're dead."
That's he's crazy.
He went from one brain to the next.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And then the line of the century is, so you see, I'm not letting you live. I'm keeping you alive.
Yeah. I'm not letting you live. I'm keeping you alive.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
So don't think I'm letting you live. I'm keeping you alive for a purpose.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
Homelander.
That whole scene was masterpiece.
Like, it was. And, and Maeve had good lines, too, where she was like, I love how she was like, is that a bruise?
When she came in, she like, is that
concealer?
Concealer? I'm telling you.
That was good. And then when she was like, this is the best day of my life because this is my first time ever seeing you scared. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a running theme right now with that. A lot of people are no longer scared of Homelander.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not scared of him. Maeve now knows he can be hurt. Butcher, Huey, they know he can be hurt. Starlight's like, I got you because you bought this fame thing. She put him on blast on whatever it's called. I don't know if it's TikTok or Von Taco, whatever it's called. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people like, you know what? I know you can be hurt. If the Supes work together, because it only took 3 of them.
Right, I know.
Right? It only took Huey, who's a brand new Supe.
Yeah.
Butcher, brand new Supe. And then you had Soldier Boy, 3 of them to hold him down. If the Supes came together, they could stop Homelander.
Yeah, they're not scared anymore.
No, they're not scared of him. No, he's still dangerous though. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's still crazy. So V24 is killing Butcher. Yeah, so we learned that in this episode from Starlight. Yeah, from Starlight that your brain turns into Swiss cheese.
Right.
3 to 5 days.
Which is why you keep seeing Butcher and Huey have the gooey stuff come out their ears.
Yeah.
And it's not 3 to 5 days, it's 3 to 5 uses.
Uses, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so if they use it 3 or 4 to 5 times, it's gonna mess your brain up. So there's two things to unpack with that, right? So she's looking for Huey, she can't find him because of course Huey jumped out of his clothes, he doesn't have his phone. He's out getting food, so she called Butcher. And of course, Butcher feels like Huey's his little brother, right? For the whole thing. Because when he woke up, he was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things to unpack here. So when she tells Butcher that, and Butcher was thinking about telling Huey, hey, the V24 will cause you to have brain problems. Now, Butcher's already made a decision. I don't care. I got to do what I've got to get Homelander. He is focused on Homelander. I don't care if I go brain dead and die. At the end of the day, if he's dead, I'm dead. I don't care. He's dead is my point. So Butcher's made his choice. So there's 2 things that could be happening here. Him not telling Huey about it could be, you know what? I am so obsessed with Homelander that I'm not telling Huey because I need his help. That could be one. It could also be that, you know what? If I tell Huey about it, Huey himself is going to still want to take it because Huey wants to get Homelander.
Yeah, he doesn't care. When they were holding him down, Butcher was like, get out of here. He's like, no, we got to do this.
Exactly. So Huey himself might say, you know what? No, I still want to take the V24. So what could be happening is that Homelander could be, Butcher could be like, you know what? No, Huey's going to still want to do this. So I'm not going to tell him about it. So when we go get it next time, I'm not going to give it to him. I'm going to make sure he doesn't get it. And I'm going to lock him away somewhere so he doesn't get hurt. That could be the other story. Because there's 2 stories there, right?
Yeah.
Either Butcher's just a pure friggin' douchebag.
Like, yeah.
Right? Or he knows he has to divert Huey somehow. And I think it may be that way. So we'll find out.
I think he's going to divert him.
Yeah, we'll find out episode 8. We'll find out episode 8. There's so much. I told you guys, we had to dig into this one a little bit. Yeah, we're going to go through the other stories quicker, but this one needed care. This one needed care.
So this is the last point for this episode, and Soldier Boy is Homelander's father.
Okay, so this one is crazy.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I saw that coming.
You saw it coming?
Yeah, I definitely knew that was his father.
When did you see that coming? What episode?
I think I just always suspected that. Like, I thought that was just like a thing. Or maybe I made that up in my head and was like, oh yeah, that's his father. Because like he got his, like they're both super strong. So I was like, yeah, that's like he got.
It's something that we should have seen coming. I didn't see it coming.
Oh, really?
I didn't see it coming. Now, I knew it was coming as he was talking to him on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
When he was talking to him on the phone, I was like, okay, he's his dad.
That's his father.
Shit. But here's the thing, though. Unless you heard it from Mindstorm, we don't know if that was really said. Because when he was over there, remember, he had Mindstorm on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, tell me. He's like, I didn't mean to do it. And he whispered something in his ear.
Yeah.
But if they really wanted us to know that, I mean, why? I guess you could say no. we want the reveal to be over the phone
Over the
with
phone
with
with-
Homelander. That's
yeah.
a bigger pop, right?
Right.
But the fact that we didn't hear it and it was inaudible
Yeah.
tells me that he either said that for real, which could have been, or he didn't say that. He said something else. And this is Soldier Boy's attempt to deceive Homelander with something. You know what I mean? It could be a deception, or shit, it could be real. And if it is real, how do you stop Soldier Boy and Homelander?
I don't know, because they're
That sounds
insane.
crazy.
But I think, and now I'm thinking about it, I think I suspected it is because Stan, the original CEO, was like talking to Noir, being like, "Oh, we have another guy," and I was like, "Oh, he like that's his kid or something."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that's insane that that's like they're the same person in a sense.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's gonna be insane. This next episode, I don't even know what they're gonna do. I can't even guess.
I'm happy and sad at the same time.
I know because it's the season
It's the
finale.
last one. I was expecting this to be 10 episodes this season, but it was only
It's
8.
eight.
So, gosh.
And season 5, will it be back? I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I mean, sorry, season 4.
They've already started shooting it.
Nice.
They've already started shooting season 4. So it'll be back.
So, what is your rating for this episode?
Episode alone?
Episode
10 out of 10.
Another 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I think I'm going to give it a 9 because there was no action, and that's not even its fault. It's just because episode 6, I've already rewatched episode 6 3 times now. I love episode 6. So episode 7,
I give it a
9.
10 out of 10 on writing alone. And the
Yeah.
fact that you had me so engaged in what was happening and there was not a superpower used in the entire episode.
That's true.
That's hard to
Well,
do.
no, there was mine, whatever.
Yeah.
But still.
Whatever, I guess.
But yeah, it was good. So now the next thing is, let's see. Oh my gosh, this movie on Netflix, Man from Toronto.
Yeah, we'll be quick with this one.
We'll be quicker.
We're gonna save some time because we're gonna catch up time. We had a deep dive on the boys.
Yeah,
The Man from Toronto. What's
was
your
fine.
thoughts?
it was millennial Gen X humor. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was fine because it was like you were saying, like The Rock, Kevin Hart. You know, Kevin Hart movie. It was fine.
I liked it.
Like that's all I can say. It was fine.
I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah, but it's a one-time watch. I would watch.
I can watch it again.
The humor wasn't as strong as when he's with The Rock.
No, it wasn't Rock because you know why? The why is because in this one,
Woody.
Woody Harrelson is playing the straight man.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart is playing the funny guy, the whole thing. But with Kevin Hart and The Rock, they switch off. Sometimes, like in Intelligence.
Intelligent. I love that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart was the straight man.
Yeah.
Right? And The Rock was the silly one.
That movie is so good.
That movie is so good.
Yeah.
So, and of course, all the Jumanji movies. No, it's not the same. But I still liked it because there was good action in it, for whatever it was. And the man from Miami was badass.
Yeah, he was cool.
Right? And then you had the man from everywhere.
The man from everywhere.
So it was good. I liked it.
The reviews are 24 from the critics and 42 from the audience.
Brutal.
The only reason why I would agree with the audience maybe is because of the editing. Just as the editing style was so bad. But the action was good. That's what makes me so mad is because that one shot that they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Dad, you didn't see it?
I didn't see the one shot.
The one shot that they were trying to do, that editing was garbage. I was like, yo.
I didn't see any one shots.
Exactly. They were trying to do a one shot, but the cutting, it was bad. But the action was good. So let's see what the critics say. When someone drops the ball, make a mistake, or otherwise blunder something, they've teddied it. In that regard, the man from Toronto teddies it big time.
Wow.
I guess.
Yeah, because
the movie itself.
The movie itself, it teddied, yeah. I disagree. I won't go into any depth about it. I disagree. I liked it. It was fun. It was dumb fun.
It was dumb fun. Let's go like blink.
Yeah, it was dumb fun.
A fresh review from this movie is Hart is something of a stocky comic Iron Man, a scrappy pro with the ability to twist and bend even the loudest dialogue into a pretzel shape that can make you laugh despite yourself. Afterwards, you may be laughing more at yourself than anything. I think there was the only problem with the comedy. I didn't laugh as much as I would have because it was very predictable comedy.
It was funny. It was Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart, man.
Yeah.
Same
if you
voice.
love Kevin Hart, this is your stuff.
He has a shtick. Now, remember I told you about Adam Sandler back in the day? Had a shtick, the same thing. He would speak the same way, do the same thing, and then it just became okay. Get it?
Chill.
So Kevin Hart is dangerously close to being like, okay, did we get it?
Yeah.
You have like one way of being funny.
Right.
So he's dangerously close there, but I still laugh, so he's not there yet.
He's not there. Right? So what would your ratings for this movie?
I get a 7.
Give it like a 5. I wouldn't. Guys, I'm not watching this movie again.
I could watch it again.
I'm not watching it again.
I liked it.
Okay, moving. That's a quick review of Man of Toronto. It's on Netflix, and it is actually number 2 on the top 10. So, yeah. So, yeah. Moving on to your show. Oh, I forgot we were reviewing this. I thought we were...
Wow.
I thought we were moving on to the Umbrella Academy. Okay, yeah, Miss Marvel.
Let's go through this pretty quickly.
Really quickly, because I don't even remember the episode.
It was good. It was a good episode.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a good episode. Episode 4 was a good episode. We learned a lot more of what was going on. We learned a lot more about her history. We learned a lot more about the Pakistan-India dynamic of it, why people consider something a jinn. They even made a statement of, if Thor had come to this town, they would have thought he was a jinn. There's a lot of good information. Your brain is close to it, so you missed a lot of stuff. You got to wash it out. Cleanse the palate a little bit.
No, let me think.
There was a lot of good stuff that happened in this episode.
There was?
Yeah, there was a lot of good information in this one.
I just thought it was kind of weird how they brought in these new characters before the season finale.
No, but see, they brought in those characters to teach her about her power, right? The red mask people.
Yeah.
To teach her about her power, where it comes from. The one who's the leader. He's the one that told her the word jinn does not necessarily mean what people are saying it is.
Right.
Right? So who you are is not necessarily what you think it is. If somebody with mystical powers come here, they're just going to call them a jinn, right? So you could be something more than that. And you need to learn to hone your power. So there was a lot of stuff that was said in there.
I think I'm just out.
You're just out.
I'm out. I think
this
really
episode is actually better.
Because when I put this on, I'm like trying to sit there and I'm like trying to stay awake. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Dad. I'm just out.
Yeah.
All right.
On to the next one.
No, we're on to the next one. The critics are up. Is this right?
Yeah. 98%.
No. Really?
Yeah, they like it.
I'm out. But sure, 98, like 2% away from 100. All right. And the audience at 83 or 82%.
Yeah.
Y'all loving this show. Y'all gotta let us know down in the comments what y'all think of Miss Marvel. Okay.
I like it. The show overall, no, but this episode, I loved it. Yeah.
You loved it. Right. Okay. So let's see what the rotten reviews are saying.
Let's skip the reviews on this one and move on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense to get into the rotten reviews in this one. Let's jump on to the next one, and we'll move forward. What's the next big thing?
The Umbrella Academy. This is your show.
This is my show. I'll be quick on this one as well.
Okay, so I did watch the first episode of season 3 so I can have something to know about it. And I do love that with Elliot Page, they kept him in the show instead of being like, your character's supposed to be a woman, so you're out. But they addressed it. They addressed it in the first episode or second episode, and then they moved on, and then his character still
they addressed it and was done. It wasn't even
it
wasn't a big subject to talk about. It was, this is what I am, blah blah blah, and done. And it was cool. That was the best way to handle that. To be honest with you, they didn't make a thing out of it, and it was a transition, so it was done. We watched the entire season, Mom and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we watched the whole thing. So we couldn't stop watching this. Love the Umbrella Academy. Look, as far as comic book shows, the best comic book shows are not on Marvel, are not on Disney Plus.
Unfortunately, Marvel used to be up there, but it's not there anymore.
The best shows for right now are on Netflix and Amazon.
Yeah.
End of story, put a period in it. The Umbrella Academy this season was awesome. I love how they came up with the Sparrows. Which was an alternate universe timeline. Now, the only thing that's driving me crazy about this show is every season they got to save the world. And not just the world, the galaxy.
The galaxy, something's up.
The universe, okay? But I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll be quick that this show does not disappoint in its writing as well. The dynamics between the two sets of teams, how they fight with powers, how powers are different. There's one character who was one person in one timeline is a different person in this timeline.
Oh, yeah, the bad guy.
And I love how they played it because he was all sweet and nice in the one timeline. Now he's just vicious in this one.
Yeah.
So there's some good things and that's happening at Umbrella Academy. And I encourage everybody to watch it. We'll save deep dive later on when you watch the episodes. We'll talk more about it. But I would encourage, if you haven't seen Umbrella Academy, pick it up. It's on Netflix. It's probably in the top 10 right now as far as ratings. And I give it a 9, the entire season, a 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Who's your favorite character?
I don't even have a favorite character in this thing.
Oh, they're all
They're
well
all
written?
good. I love Diego with the knives. The number one, the number one from the Umbrella Academy, I forget his name, who's like a half ape, half human person.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so
He's funny.
silly. He's big and strong and broody, but he's so silly.
Yeah.
But
My favorite is Six, the guy who teleports.
the teleports
I've
guy,
always loved his
yeah.
character.
He's sharp as well. I mean, the whole thing is great. The whole thing is great. So I'll
have to like really check out the show.
Yeah.
The ratings on it, the critics give it a 90, but the audience give it a 64. So
yeah,
they're on
I'm
opposite
interested
ends.
to see your reviews on this one. I'm interested to see what's being said about it from the audience because, man, I don't know anything bad to be said about this thing.
Well, let's see what a rotten review is saying here. So once the latest blueprint is established, the assorted subplots yield diminishing returns, indulging in strange detours while building towards the inevitable face-off with the amorphous threat.
Okay, so the season finale, the way it ended, didn't leave a cliffhanger. And every season of Umbrella Academy left a cliffhanger. This one, there was no cliffhanger. But there was questions to be answered. So it wasn't a big, like, oh my God moment like the end of season 2.
Right.
This was more like, okay, this happened, but why did it happen? And where are we going from here? So it left questions. So they're probably thinking, it left something, but it was just over.
I think that you saying that makes the show more interesting for me because honestly, I'm over cliffhangers because I'm like, if the show gets canceled, can you let's finish the story and then give us a new story in the next season?
Right.
Because I hate cliffhangers, and that's why I'm like Stranger Things. I'm like, y'all. I mean, I gave us an ending and then like a little cliffhanger.
It was a cliffhanger.
That was good. That was a good finale.
Yeah.
Let me not even say anything. But that makes me happy about Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, you got to finish it. You're gonna love the episode. You don't really have to go back and watch season 2 if you didn't finish it.
Yeah, I noticed that once I started at season 3, I was like, oh, I already figured it out.
Yeah, you'll be easy to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So let's see what a fresh review is saying, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Umbrella Academy continues to do what it does best, combining superhero antics with gore galore, universe-crushing stakes, quick-witted quips, and character dynamics that the fan base will happily lap up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Everyone on TikTok is talking about the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, it's
they
great.
love it.
There's too much stuff happening in the Umbrella Academy. That I don't know why some of the audiences don't like it. It's crazy. It's a great show.
Because I've only heard good things about this season on TikTok.
It's really good. It's the best season yet.
And you give this a 9. You give this a 9 out of 10.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Well, we'll probably talk about it next week if I end up finishing it. There's so much content, guys.
If we don't have anything big to talk about, you're right. Maybe we'll do a breakout for it.
All right, now moving on to theories and questions. We had a comment last week, so we wanted to shout him out. Zach Mile talks movies, and this was his comment from last week's video. So of course, leave a comment on this week's videos, and you might be a shout out on next week.
That's right.
On next week's live stream. So this is what he said, talking about Lightyear. I thought Lightyear was okay, a little disappointing by Pixar standards, but a fairly enjoyable film, family science film. I liked Chris Evans as Buzz. The humor landed pretty well, and the animation is gorgeous. The story was just lacking, and the Medina meander for me. Great discussion. So,
you know what, though? To piggyback on this, I know we're not going to have a discussion about Lightyear again. Tim Allen didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah. He said he didn't like it. He said it was a good film on its own, but he did not see the connection between this film and Toy Story.
He's wrong. I'm sorry. I have to say he's wrong because it's not a connection to Toy Story. It's a connection to the toy.
I know. I agree.
Not going to get into it.
I know. We're not going to get into it, but I'm just letting you know Tim Allen's down on top of it.
I agree with his statement here when he says the animation is gorgeous. Of course, comparing the last 20 years, it was insane how great this animation was in Lightyear. But anyways, thank you, Zach, for commenting on the video. Yes. So going back to theories and questions, We have some questions for the audience. Put your answers down in the comments and we will shout y'all out. So for the boys, if y'all remember, who is the daddy? Who is Homelander's dad?
Okay.
Put it down in the comments. For the Umbrella Academy, no cliffhanger. Do you think that there should have been a cliffhanger? Do you think what do you think about next season? Will there be a next season? And for Stranger Things, do you think is this a global fight or a new Goonies type of movie that they're working on? All right. Put your comments down below.
Win a spot next time, guys.
All right. Now moving on to movie news.
All right. So coming up on movie news. Let me jump in on this one. So Top Gun Maverick has passed a major milestone, becoming Tom Cruise's first film to cross the $1 billion mark at the global box office. At the 1 month mark, 1 month.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah.
A month.
So good.
At the 1 month mark, the Top Gun sequel has become a sensational success as the first film of the year to clear $1 billion benchmark. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's deserved.
This
Not even a question.
Sequel is 36 years old.
Yeah. And it's good. And the thing is, it's literally the same movie. We watched it back to back. It's literally the same movie, but just more. And it's exactly what it needed to be. I'm just so happy that they didn't try to do the whole like, let's be different. You knew what you are and you went with it. And you went full force.
You know what's crazy is
so
one day when I read this, I was rattled because I couldn't believe it was Tom Cruise's first $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
With all of the Mission Impossible movies, which are ridiculous in action, by the way, and very good.
Right.
I would have wanted those, at least one of those that made $1 billion, but I guess not.
No, yeah. And it's well deserved because Tom Cruise is always going on 10. He will always give you the best movie he can give you.
Force. Like, he is the last action hero.
No.
I know there's other action stars.
Like Keanu Reeves is maybe, but
Keanu Reeves is
he's there.
Good distance a second because he's doing his own shooting. But Tom Cruise, the stunts.
Yeah.
Who else?
And he's like always I know he's not writing it, but he's always thinking of stuff. I feel like he's always like who even thinks, okay, I'm gonna be on the side of a plane. Let's do it. I don't want to do it.
If time machines exist, Tom Cruise would shoot back in the dinosaur era against dinosaurs.
He would. He'd be like, yeah, let's go. Let's do a dinosaur movie.
Let's do it.
Like, yeah. So it's definitely well deserved.
Okay, well deserved. All right, what's up?
The next movie news, which I'm excited about, with talking about Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown is going to star in a new movie with the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers.
So the Electric State follows a runaway teenage girl and her robot on a journey through an alternate reality in 1997 USA. After years of deployment, it seems that Anthony and Joe Russo's apocalyptic anti-history sci-fi film, The Electric State, is finally near the starting line and is poised to be their next directing project.
I'm excited for this because they haven't directed anything since 21 Bridges, I think, with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, and they have this new production company called ABBA.
Yeah. You know, there's whispers of them coming back to do Secret Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's whispers of that. God,
stop, guys. Let them go.
Let it come through, Lord.
No, yeah, I know. They're so good. So
this movie, though, it sounds great.
It sounds like something interesting, something new.
Yeah, and they're good at sci-fi. They're good at science-based fiction, anything like that. So, yeah, put me down as interested, and I'm already there. They've already got my money.
Ready for the trailer. Yeah. Yep. Okay, next movie news. We have a lot to get through.
I'll do this one.
Next movie news. So, as y'all know, Thor: Love and Thunder is next week. Guys, this is not a game. When it comes to Marvel movies, that's when it's usually like pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, TV shows, we'll come back to it. But
yeah, check this out though.
I'm ready.
With Marvel's Thor: Love and Thunder opening in theaters on July 8th, I really so this is from Collider. Yeah. So Collider spoke with Chris Helmsworth and the writer-director Taika Waititi about making the MCU sequel here in Los Angeles. Since I'd heard the movie had a lot of deleted scenes, I decided to use some of my time to ask them about it. Thankfully, they were more than happy to share why their 4-hour cut of the film didn't work. There's a 4-hour cut of Thor.
Release the Taika cut. Release the Taika cut. If Snyder can do a 4-hour movie, so can Taika. There was rumors of a 6-hour Endgame movie. I would have watched it.
Oh, Jesus.
No, just put it on Disney Plus. I don't need to watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you got to chop that up.
But 3 hours of Endgame, but 6 hours of just extra content of the superheroes interacting with each other. Love that.
That's crazy.
Release the Taika cut.
That's crazy. So there's a 4-hour cut there somewhere. I don't know when, but I hope when they do the DVD or the digital version of it, DVD, Blu-ray or the digital version of it, that there is a director's cut.
I feel like there should be more things like that. I know that's already happened. The last thing I remember is like The Dark Knight having like a director's cut.
Yeah.
But we need more things like that to get people to buy the digital. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I would rather if I'm watching the movie like in theaters 2 hours, whatever. But if they're like, there's a 4-hour one if you buy the $20, whatever. Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings. There's a 4-hour cut of that.
Oh,
All three episodes of Lord of the Rings have extended 4-hour cuts. 12 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
You gotta buckle
Marvel,
up.
Come on.
You got to buckle up.
Wow.
So, now it was good to hear. That's good movie news for sure. Definitely want to take a look at that for sure.
Hopefully, we'll see. Oh, look, wait. My Jane Foster, okay, guys? I will finish it at some point, but yes. Okay, next movie news.
All right, so Barbie. All right, let's talk about Barbie real quick. So Barbie is an upcoming film based on the
See, it is hard.
I'm sorry. Eponymous toy line by Mattel and directed by Gerard Gerwig, who co-wrote on the screenwrite with Noah Baumbach. It's the first live action film based on the fashion doll after a series of animated films and television series, and star Margot Robbie as their tutelar character and Ryan Gosling as her male counterpart, Ken. What do you think?
I'm excited. That's it. Next movie news. No, I'm kidding. No.
So let me talk about this for a second.
Okay, wait. Everybody is on this movie. Everybody's like ready because Margot Robbie. But the thing is, everyone's like, why is Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds? What? That's not the
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling playing Ken.
Why not?
He doesn't give. I think it's because of Blade Runner. People are like, he doesn't have the dumb face. Why isn't it like Zac Efron or like the dumb looking kind of guy?
Yeah, but he's too short. Zac Efron is too short for Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah, he's like 5'8".
Yeah, he's too. Margot Robbie's too tall. That wouldn't match up because Ken is supposed to be taller than Barbie. I think.
I think so. Yeah,
So
they're like around the same height. But yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
What is the last time you saw Barbie in a pop quiz? When's the last time you saw Barbie in a movie?
Toy Story 3. Yeah.
When did she first appear in Toy Story?
Toy Story 3.
That's the first time you saw Barbie in Toy Story 3.
Yeah, that's when I remember her in it.
No, the first time she popped up and she had a cameo in Toy Story 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was on the shelf with a bunch of different Barbies. They were doing the partying, and then the potato head come up. I'm a Mary Spud. I'm a Mary Spud. I'm a Mary Spud.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember.
But that was just a cameo. But in 3, she was full on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they went to the place and then Ken came out, he was supposed to be the tour guide. And he was like, oh my God.
All right, Ken. That's why I'm excited about this show because I'm like, what are they gonna do? Like, what is it even gonna be about? And also, have you heard that they're not just doing Margot Robbie as Barbie?
Yeah,
Issa Rae is a Barbie, and they're also doing, I think, a Hispanic Barbie as well.
And Simu Liu is a Barbie. I mean, sorry, it's a Ken.
Simu Liu is a Ken.
He's a Ken, yeah.
I love Simu Liu. And I'm happy that I'm going to see him. Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch. So it's good that they did that. It's going to be cool to watch it.
Of course, because Barbie's always like been diverse and she can do everything.
Okay? I wonder what the plot is, though.
What's the plot? I don't know.
Why do you have so many different Barbies than Kens? What's the plot?
It's a multiverse of Barbie. So we'll definitely be watching out for that and let us know what y'all think of Barbie.
Yes, I'll be there, I guess. I'll be there.
I wonder, and the thing is, last thing, I wonder what the rating is going to be. Maybe it'll be PG, but the thing is, it's so many. Of course, I'm acting like I interact with a bunch of kids. I do, but I don't. But I'm like, I see a bunch of adults really talking about it.
This movie got to be PG.
Of course,
it's got to be PG.
Yeah.
If you don't make this for little girls and boys, whatever, to see, what's the point of making this movie? This movie has got to be PG. If they make this movie how can you even make Barbie beyond that?
Yeah, you're right. PG.
It's Barbie.
PG.
She's pure of heart.
Barbie is literally perfect. Okay, sorry. So
All right, here we go.
Next movie
Expendables.
news.
Expendables 4.
Expendables 4. Let me escape here. There we go. Oh, no, our presentation. Guys, something is kind of wrong here. Hopefully y'all can see it. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Expendables.
All right, so Randy Couture talks about working with his new Expendables 4. By the way, it is Expendable 4. Expendable 4 cast co-stars Megan Fox, 50 Cent, and Andy Garcia. The Expendable franchise, which kicked off in 2010, with Sylvester Stallone heading up the cast filled with action movie star icons. And they are icons, by the way. This is all Gen X stuff, by the way. The sequel, Expendables 2, Expendables 3 followed in 2012 and 2014, respectively. And now it's been almost 10 years since the Expendables 3, and the franchise is finally ready to return to the screen. What's your thoughts? Have you watched the Expendables? You haven't watched any Expendables?
Maybe. Guys, this was 50
your
years ago.
guy is in part 2. One of the Hemsworths.
Liam? Liam is not a real... Sorry, Liam's not real. Luke isn't real. Liam's not real. I'm kidding.
Liam Hemsworth's in part 2. Okay.
No, right. I bet that this is really good. I just haven't watched them. I'll have to get on it.
You have to go back and watch the original 2010. Here's the thing.
1, 2, and 3.
I have to admit, I'll tell you the truth though. When you watch Expendables, unless you grew up watching the 80s action movies like Rambo and watching Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger or Die Hard or Air Force One. I mean, once you watch those old school action movies, when you see this, because they stopped doing hardcore action. It's been a long time.
Right.
Except for comic movies. When you see that movie 2010, I was like, oh my God, this is like the 80s.
Okay.
So it was so much nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? So that's why Expendables was so big. This is going to be different because you're going to have Megan Fox now in there playing a bombshell, of course. She's going to be some kind of assassin probably.
Yeah.
And then you got 50 Cent in there. Don't know what he's going to be doing. Terry Crews was in part 3, but I won't tell you anything about it so you can go watch it. So maybe he's taking his spot. And then, of course, Jet Li was in it as well, but Jet Li's not in it. Now they got Tony Jaa in it. So, and Jet Li, by the way. You know Jet Li, right?
Jet Li.
That's why you should go watch Expendables.
Okay, I'll watch it. Jet Li's Jet Li.
Gosh, come on, man. Get with it. Get with it. All right, so I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
You need to watch 1, 2, and 3 before this movie comes out.
Of course, yeah, because there'll probably be references. Blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
But yeah, that's the news, guys. Just in case y'all didn't know, Expendables.
All right, next one up. Ghostbusters 4 Afterlife.
I don't care.
You don't care?
No, I didn't. Remember, I did not like. Sorry.
You didn't like
So
Ghostbusters?
mean.
You didn't like Afterlife?
No. I did not like Afterlife. Remember, where I was just like, this was like.
It was nostalgic, though.
It was nostalgic. It was very nostalgia. It reminded me. It was like if you've recently seen Jurassic Park, that is what I compare it to. They brought back the old characters. I would say no. This was never mind. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't like it. Paul Rudd's character was fine.
Paul Rudd's character was awesome. I wish they'd bring it back.
McKenna Grace was good. Finn Wolfhard was useless, and so was the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Their characters was useless.
Yeah, the girlfriend. Yeah, I don't even understand the dynamic there. 'Cause what was her point?
Yeah, I don't know.
She had no use.
But hey, I know I'm the anomaly because I know a lot of people actually did end up liking this movie.
Well, it's coming back. December 20th, 2023 is a projected date, which means they should be shooting by now, or at least sometime. Yeah, they got to be shooting by now. So We'll see if it makes that date, and we'll see how it does.
They have the same director.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, if you were like really loving Ghostbusters and you're like, hey, I want another one, they're coming out with another one, guys. We'll be watching it. I promise. We'll be watching it.
You know what's cool about it though? It retconned that awful 2016
That's
Ghostbusters.
what I was thinking. I was like, it's better than, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
it's better than 2017 one. That's what it was.
That was trash.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth was the only redeemable part of that movie. But other than that was garbage.
You didn't like it?
No, I'm talking about the 2017 one.
Oh, that was garbage.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth was good. You're right.
Yeah.
He was funny.
The Afterlife, I would say yes, it was better. Like it was better than that, and I would rewatch Afterlife more than whatever it was. All right, is that it for movie news?
No, there's one
we
more.
have another thing. Girls trip.
Have you seen the first one, Lay?
Yes, I did because it came out in 2017. That was like one of my first rated R movies because
you
that's
just turned
when I
17. She's a good kid, guys. She waited till 17 to watch rated R.
So yeah, this movie was really funny, and I'm surprised it took this long. It's 5
for
years
real.
now.
Yeah, that's a long time. Because usually, and this is a cheap movie to make. There's no special effects, or if any, very little.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked that after the success, because this movie made Tiffany Haddish.
Oh yeah, made her.
Like right after this, she was now famous.
Yeah, this was her movie. She became famous.
Yeah, after this, everybody knew her name. She blew up. Right. So I'm shocked after this that immediately for 2019 we didn't have a new one. Right. So I'm shocked that it took so long.
So here it says Will Packer teases what to expect from Girls Trip 2. The girls are traveling. ET's Kevin Frazier spoke with filmmaker and producer Will Packer on the 2022 BET Awards red carpet, where Packer confirmed that the highly anticipated Girls Trip sequel is currently in production, that it's going to be better than the first one. I just have a water here.
Water. So they're saying it's going to be also in a different location. It's not going to be shot in New Orleans. It's going to be a bigger and better location. So,
as you can see by the background, it might be
Vegas.
I
hope it is. To me, that's kind of obvious. I think it's going to be Vegas.
Yeah. What else?
Where else would you go? Right? Yeah. It's unless it's somewhere out of the country. But yeah, my guess is going to be Vegas as well. And I hope it is Vegas because I love seeing Vegas in movies because we go so much. I love saying, "Hey, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. Hey, look at that."
Oh my gosh, I've been there.
What do you think about the controversy though with Jada? Do you think that's gonna play any effect into anybody watching this?
I'm so honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, Dad. I'm so over the controversy thing because is it even controversy? It's so like minute that it's like it's dumb at this point now. I'm like over it.
Yeah, I think
talking about it, and it's like. Okay.
I think so too. I think it's blown over now where nobody cares. They did the wives thing, but not even talking about it anymore. And now it's kind of blown over. So by the time this movie comes out, I don't think anybody's going to be thinking about that. So yeah, I agree.
So I'm excited because I love Queen Latifah. So yeah. All right. What is the next movie news? Are we done with the news? That was the end for movie news. So make sure to come back because these are the next movies, guys. Thor: Love and Thunder. Of course, I'm excited about that because of Taika Waititi. And then Jordan Peele's Nope.
That's right.
With Keke Palmer, which she's coming up again, guys. Like,
I know.
Keke Palmer was kind of in the background, but
she's
she was just in Lightyear. And now she's starring in this movie.
Yeah, she got a big part too.
Yeah.
She's the main character in this, so that's good to see.
So, yeah, let us know how excited y'all are for this movie.
So next Saturday, we'll have some conversations on Nope. On Thor: Love and Thunder, because we're going to go see it on Thursday.
Right.
Okay. So what we'll do, guys, on Thursday, we'll do out of the theater quick review, 4 or 5 minutes.
No, actually, we're going to see it on Friday. We're turning to Friday.
I thought we were seeing it Thursday.
I'm actually working now.
Oh, well, my ticket's on Thursday. All right. So, well, we definitely will be talking about it on Saturday during our show at 4 o'clock Saturday, guys. We'll talk about no spoilers, obviously, because it's the first weekend, but we'll give you our thoughts on the movie.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, like, leave a comment. It's free. And if you press the like button, it gives a little party thing. I really like the new animation for the like button.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys, let us know your comments below. We'll see you guys next time.